Yeah. Give it a minute to warm up and let everybody get situated in here. I'm going to talk off the cuff and I'm going to use some generalities. I haven't like completely dissected the body cam footage for the Jidion arrest and all that. So I'm not going to get into like ultra specifics. But just while it's on the tip of my mind, I want to rant and rave about it. So, for a while, obviously, just a short history on like predator catching stuff. There was the Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator. That got super popular. Now he's got a spin-off show. Seems like he took a 5 to 10 year break or something. I don't know all the dates and facts. But since then, there's been all these predator channels. Hey, sweetie, welcome back. And for a while, it was the guy with the red beard, Alex Rosen. When he did his first go-round on his original channel, he built up a pretty sizable following. But he was doing these racist jokes. He would do this really bad off-color humor. And then they'd do this bad promotional stuff where it looked like they were just doing it for clicks and views. So I remember thinking, wow, he's on track about 70%. If he could just chip off the extra baggage, you know, mine too, he would be better. So at a certain point, he lost his channel. I don't know what happened. He was doing some weird troll and stuff, and then he got it back, and he came back and he dropped all the off-color jokes. He said, I'm going to be serious and be taken seriously, and my hat's off to him. I said credit where credit was due. I was one of the first people to criticize. This is back in the days where you couldn't say anything bad about a predator poacher type channel without being called a pedo yourself. But it's interesting now, the cracks are starting to show. Some of these channels are not doing it for the right reasons, and it's been exposed. A lot of these creeps are hiding in plain sight. Now, most of these vigilante channels, they actually make the police work even harder. They have to, once they hand over the chat log to the cops, 90% of the time, the cops have to start from scratch to make it official. They have to redo the case. They have to go line by line to make sure they're not trying to frame somebody for something and just do all the cohesive, intricate work. Now, some of these YouTube channels, they're good at like editing. They are good at like drumming up promotion and excitement. They're good at all these things, but they're not good when it comes to actually catching the creeps. They could not last 1 week in police training. They would crash out and cry for their mommies. They just don't have what it takes to be. And most of them, you hear them talk, they've got the IQ of a jar of mayonnaise. They can't even put a sentence together. And then they try to make these jokes like, I'll have the Predator pizza. Oh, wow, that's a real knee slapper. They have no sense of humor. But now, Alex Rosen was recently come under fire from the Predator poachers. He's the red-headed beard guy. By the way, the guy's in his mid-20s, and he looks older than me. He looks like he's 50 or 60. I still have all my old hair, but I guess that life can drain a lot out of you. But he put up tens of thousands of dollars to free this guy who's a public nuisance, who harasses women for views, who does all this creepy, disgusting stuff on his channel. And then people were like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem quite right. But then again, he is out catching the bad guys. So how do you know, can these two things be true at the same time? I mean, you know, how can he do this balancing act without being called out on it? But then Jidion got on. He's like, you know what? I'm severing my ties with Alex Rosen. Like, yeah. They're like, but then some people started calling him out and saying, Alex has been bad this whole time, and he was racist to your face, and he's done disgusting things. So I just think he's completely insincere at best. Now, his original channel was just a prank channel, Jidion. Since then, he switched over to predator poaching. But if you listen really carefully, and you're not just one of the lemmings that just follows the crowd, you can hear it where the cracks start to show. You can hear, especially when it does his promotional thing. It's so cartoony and cheesy, and it's got the flashing lights and this. And I'm not saying editing's bad, and you know, if you can do that stuff, it helps the channel. But it takes away from the core seriousness of you know, protecting our kids, like the most important thing in the world, you know. So so I was raising an eyebrow back before it was cool, you know. But these guys are just hiding in plain sight. A lot of them are PDFs themselves, and they have a track record and all this other horrible stuff. So you really got to use your head and practice three-dimensional thinking when you come to these channels. A lot of these guys are just out to entertain. Um, you know, they used to do the thing where they'd say, oh, we have convictions in over 4 states. And now it's grown to like 35 or 38 or something. So good, congrats for that, I guess. But sometimes they'll inflate the numbers, they'll exaggerate, and they say, oh, we're doing it for emphasis. Yeah, right. But just be weary, because everyone and their granny has a predator catching channel now. You know, so that tells you all you need to know. I mean, I might start one just to kind of join the club. Ooh, I got 5 new subscribers, but I lost 2. Who unsubbed to me? How dare you guys? I don't like that. But so what do you guys think of Jidion? Amanda, we want to hear from you. Questions, comments, critiques. You don't have to agree with me. I know half of you won't. But it's okay if you like their channel and stuff. I'm sure they've done some good stuff, but most of it's probably by accident. But they just don't have the brain power and the ability to really put their money where their mouth is and show their true... I mean, they are showing their true colors, unfortunately. But it just gets into such a tangled mishmash. And then they can't even be original. Like, there's one guy calls himself Skeet Hansen instead of Chris Hansen. Really? That's the best you could do? And they'll just be disgusting. Like I said, they'll go to the drive-thru. Let me get the Predator pasta. Oh, isn't that funny? It's like, no, that's not that funny. At least have somebody to write your jokes. I don't know. That's funny. Mine too. My granny's feisty. What else can I think about it? But yeah, I'm not gonna like break down the game film. I might do that later on if I watch it for the 3rd time. But yeah, recently Jidion was arrested because he was pushing his luck in a like McDonald's parking lot, and he kept saying, "I'm a multi-millionaire. This will not stand. I'm gonna sue the bleep out of the police department." And he even borderline started fighting the cops. The cop had to keep pushing him back in the car and say, "Get in there," and it was just a nightmare. Now he could have been doing that to troll and for his views too, but that's problematic as well. Like, when does the reality start and the nonsense stop? You know, it's okay to have a little fun, but when it mires your mission, it muddies the waters too much. You know. What do you think about this topic? Are you subscribed to Jidion's channel, Amy? So let's see. I want to speak a little bit more since I got you guys here. Let's play a game. Cute. Gosh. So yeah, he just shows he's completely stuck up, which again is not a crime, but he doesn't care. He just wants clicks and views, and he'll put children in harm's way because he's weaponizing his mostly young fans, who are, a lot of them are kids themselves, and he's so stupid. And he doesn't respect the cops at all. He doesn't respect authority. He doesn't respect anyone. He's the celebrity when he walks in the room, and he thinks he could do no harm, especially when he's on his little missions. And it's the dopiest thing in the world. You should be completely humble if you're a predator catching channel. And you should be like, you know what? God bless it. You know, me and the cops will work together to get this thing done. Instead, he's carrying on and flapping his arms and flapping his gums and just acting a fool the whole time. I mean, I guess it's kind of entertaining if that's what his mission, but it's so stupid. I would never do that just for clicks and views, you know. I've had opportunities to be famous, and I said no. If it involves immorality, I'm not going to do it, you know. Me first what? But yeah, that's about the topic. I'll redo it when I have more info. What do you guys think? Are you getting bored of these predator channels, or do you subscribe to all of them, or who's your favorite? Who does it the best? They all have flaws, but that's okay. We're flawed as humans. I've overlooked so many things. The first 900 racist jokes the guy made, I was kind of like, well, he does seem like he's doing more good than bad in the world, so I guess we'll round up instead of down. I'm like, wait a minute. That's a lemmings, idiots, followers mentality. I don't want to be just a sheep with sheeple that just march off a cliff just by following the herd, you know. So it is interesting, you know. Say white me, we listen and we don't judge. Is that what you want me to say? Cute. So, that's about it. I gotta set up my playlist for tonight so I can drone off into dreamland. So, but the new Chris Hansen Predator show is really good. This goes more in depth with conversation, and there's more like aspects to it. But really, vigilante justice is not good. The cool thing is to say, "Oh, the cops aren't doing their job." That's what everyone likes to say to sound cool, but nobody knows what they're talking about. That's not true. I mean, every position in this world is kind of understaffed, you know, and especially the police department. It's no different than anything else. But if you really want to make a difference, go to police academy, do something tangible, do something a little more cohesive. You know. No, me first. You first. No, me first. Anyway, that's about it. I'm going to go, you guys, unless you have any more questions. It doesn't have to be about the topic, but I'll give preference to the topical ones first just because it helps me refine my technique over time. We got a lot of people showing up. Sound off in the chat, you pussies. Come on, I know I got some haters in here that have something to say. You guys are worried about being banned? Just try me. I don't ban anybody. I don't time anyone out. Unless they're super crude and crass to somebody else in chat, then I'm like, how dare you? I'll time them out for 3 seconds. Your crush is dead. Oh no, that's not good. I'm sorry. Let me check something real quick. Wow. Stream already has a ton of views. But yeah, I only had 10 minutes worth of stuff on the tip of my brain. So, truth or dare? Oh my goodness. I don't know. My brain is like empty. You want to dare me to do something? Rip off all my clothes and flop around on the ground? Okay. Or eat a flaming hot, spicy something all in one gulp. Eat a jar of fire ants. I don't know. All right. Yeah. I don't want to make din. I made hamburgers last night. I used the air fryer, made fresh French fries from potatoes. That was pretty cool. I only like well done burgers. But I love the blue cheese and the American cheese and like the bacon, sauteed mushrooms, caramelized onions, and then regular onions. Spicy pickles and sweet pickles. All the toppings are so good. I'm getting hungry. No. Dare. Okay, what do you dare me to do? This ought to be good. Oh. I'm getting fat already. I'm fat since my workout this morning. I'll give it a few more minutes. Oh, dare you? I don't know what to dare you to do. Because I didn't know you're actually going to do it. That's crazy. I dare you to make a moonwalking video and leave the comments open so we can all comment on it. I've done crazy stuff in here, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd eat anything strange. I'm kind of getting old and my stomach's more temperamental. Say or else. What? I don't get it. Me no likey. I don't know, honey. You're confusing me. Alright, guys. I will see you in the next stream. Have a great day. I'll see you on these YouTube streets. Bye, Amy. Wah, 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 wah.